With the Scrubs showrunner declaring his plans for the sitcom's inevitable revival, it sounds as though he wants to recreate the same dynamic from the show's final season before it was ultimately cancelled as a result. Bill Lawrence's promise that he is definitely going to make more episodes of Scrubs still has me cautiously excited. However, I'm very concerned that the blueprint he seems to have in mind has already failed the show once before. I'm sure it can be improved upon, but the memory of watching it crash and burn in 2010 still sticks in my mind. Of all 9 seasons of Scrubs, the final run was my least favorite. Even the presence of familiar faces like Zach Braff's John, J.D. Dorian and Donald Faison's Christopher Turk wasn't enough to shake the feeling of the sitcom's drastic transformation into what felt like an underwhelming spin-off. Certain elements did work, though, and others will unavoidably need to be revisited when Scrubs is revived. If he does stick to his declared route of bringing the show back, I hope Lawrence makes some much-needed changes to avoid the disaster of Scrubs Season 9 repeating itself. Bill Lawrence's Scrubs Season 10 plan sounds worryingly similar to the med school reboot. The Scrubs revival could just be Season 9 all over again. Scrubs Season 9 med school: Michael Mosley as Drew Suffin, Carrie Bish as Lucy Bennett, Dave Franco as Cole Aronson with Doctor and Clipboard. Scrubs showrunner Bill Lawrence spoke with Lad Bible about his desire to bring back the medical sitcom. What worries me most is that his comments sound like he is describing Scrubs, med school. As a formula, I would have thought Lawrence had learned that the show's 9th season fell short of the success of the previous 8. Unfortunately, his plans sound like a recreation of Scrubs Season 9, rather than Scrubs Season 10 returning to how the show used to be before the med school changes. Granted, I would imagine what it means to be a doctor has transformed a great deal since the show ended in 2010. As such, there would be different challenges for new Scrubs characters to address during their young careers. However, I've always seen Scrubs as an incredibly character-focused show, with all medical elements coming secondary to that. If the relationships between the characters aren't the main priority in the revival, then I can't see how it will replicate the feel of the original run. Too much focus on new Scrubs characters will hurt the revival. Scrubs Season 10 must be built around the original cast. I welcome the arrival of new Scrubs characters whenever the sitcom returns. The fresh faces introduced in Scrubs Seasons 8 and 9 were genuinely great additions to the cast. The way Scrubs Season 8 handled the new arrivals showed great balance, whereas the med school run focused too much on the newer characters. When Scrubs Season 10 begins, it will likely have been over 15 years since I saw the original cast together, so they will be the figures I want to see the most. I'm sure I'm not alone in that desire, either.